But now, with large language models, for the first time, we have a model that it's able to do and understand and process something that only humans were able before, which is our language. The real difference, though, comes from having the ability to integrate LLMs and AI in a safe way, because you need governance, you need orchestration. LLMs can hallucinate, and so it's really important that we continue to raise awareness around, pushing and inviting more women to step up in the innovation, in the AI innovation game, and also we owe it to the future generations. And last but definitely not least, having a blueprint allows you to have a clear roadmap in how you are implementing AI to make sure that your AI projects are always aligning with your business objectives.
¿Por qué los negocios importan? ¿Quiénes lideran las empresas? ¿Cuál es la clave para motivar a un equipo? Hace un año nos surgieron estas 3 preguntas y decidimos lanzarnos al agua, tocar puertas y tener conversaciones de calidad con líderes y lideresas que inspiran. Hemos creado una comunidad activa que quiere contar las cosas desde otro punto de vista y que quiere mostrar el lado humano de los negocios. Somos Revista C-Level, negocios que importan, líderes que inspiran. ¿Qué esperas para sumarte? Marinela, welcome to Colombia, welcome to Bogotá, and welcome to C-Level Magazine. How are you?
Hola Sebastián, muchas gracias. Me encanta estar aquí. I love Colombia. I'm loving the people, I'm loving the food. It's my first time here. And I cannot be happier than being here for the first time to combine 2 of my biggest passions, which is talking about AI and technology and getting to know better the dance in Colombia, which is my other passion.
Yes.
So wonderful.
Let's talk about AI because today we're in Hello Colombia AI at the final point. Hello Data Colombia 2025.
Yes. Hello Data Colombia.
Yes, exactly. And AI is changing the way enterprises, CEOs, CFOs, and entrepreneurs take decisions every day. But you talk about a very interesting topic that is LLM models, the basis of AI nowadays. What perspective do you have on the new development that LLM models are creating and developing in the market?
Yeah, so first of all, what is an LLM model, right? When we talk about LLMs, we talk about large language models. And so what that means is that we have had AI models for decades, right? So we have been using analytics and AI for many use cases to predict, to detect, to classify objects. But now with large language models, for the first time, we have a model that it's able to do and understand and process something that only humans were able before, which is our language. And so large language models are able to understand and process human language in a way that resembles very much the way that we speak. And so what they are bringing, the revolution that the LLMs bring, is that they completely revolutionize the interaction between human and technology. For the first time, the interaction becomes frictionless, becomes very easy. You can now write to AI, you can now talk to AI, and you don't have to be an AI expert. Everybody can do it, right? So if you're an entrepreneur, if you work in marketing, if you're a lawyer, my mom uses it to ask for recipes on like what to cook. So it really has increased the accessibility of AI technologies. AI before was something very, people were like, what is AI? Something mysterious or robots, or they were imagining this futuristic thing that they could not access. But now with LLMs, we have this conversational way of interacting with with artificial intelligence for the first time. And so going back to your question, when we talk about the power of large language models within an organization context, LLMs can help to augment the current AI processes that organizations have in place. So if an organization is using artificial intelligence to do a prediction or to detect fraud, they can now also include and integrate large language models to do some tasks that before were possibly done only by the humans, like generate a summary, generate a dashboard, write an email, all those things. So the real power of the LLMs is not where you use them alone, because they are not good in deterministic analysis, but when you use them in combination with AI and with other analytics techniques, because that's where you can really bring together and maximize the power of decisioning from AI.
Marinela, you talk about healthcare, bank sector, and other topics in your presentation. What's the impact of this technology that can make more efficient the processes that citizens use every day?
Yeah, so the value changes obviously and can vary among different industries. But the common denominator of everything is increased productivity and better and faster decisions for business. So this is what really the power of AI and large language models in combination is. If you think about a healthcare, you can have an artificial intelligence, agent that can, diagnose medical conditions, and then in combination have the LLM that summarizes that information and creates an easy to consume, clinical notes, for example, to augment the human productivity, the healthcare expert productivity. Or, for example, in financial services with our customers, we are seeing that in the mortgage application process, right now our customers, we're only using, for example, analytics to decide whether a customer would be accepted or not for a mortgage. Now we are giving them the power to augment that by integrating safely large language models to take the outcome of that prediction and then generate an email that will be sent to the customer, right? And so it's all a matter of augmentation. The real difference, though, comes from having the ability to integrate LLMs and AI in a safe way, because you need governance, you need orchestration. LLMs can hallucinate, they can make mistakes. And so it's really important that we not only don't use LLMs for everything, but only for certain tasks where you can afford to make a mistakes, but you also need to have in place tools that allow you to govern the outcome, to pre-filter the data that you're giving to the LLM, so doing them some data qualities, because it's not good to give the LLM all the data that you have. You need to protect your privacy of the data, private information, right? So all of that is where SaaS really is playing a huge role in allowing organizations to build AI applications, integrating large language models in a very safely way and with a governance and responsible and trustworthy AI in mind.
The people that are interested in this topic, they can consult in C-Level magazine, the interview with Ivan. We talk about SaaSvaya in a very practical way.
Awesome.
Yeah, we make like 4 steps on the journey to
Awesome.
integrate this SaaSvaya
Go check it
perspective. Yeah, software. So I also want to know your perspective about AI Blueprint. What is about?
So think about an AI, the SaaS AI Blueprint is essentially a framework that brings together all the components that are included in when we talk about AI for the enterprise. So when we talk about AI for the enterprise, it's not just technology. Oh, what tool do I buy? What technology do I use? No, it's always a matter of 3 things: people, process, and technology, and how these 3 things can work together seamlessly to scale and implement AI safely and in a responsible manner, and being able to scale the investments not just today but over the next years that we don't know how this is going to change. So having a blueprint that it's really a methodology that combines software, analysis, and expertise allows an organization to have 4 things. The first one is it allows an organization to scale, to reduce the risk in scaling their AI investments, because they're always having that overview that is a 360 degrees. In addition to reducing the risk, they can incorporate governance as part of the process. And then the third thing is that they have the ability to understand, how AI is being applied, and so having consistency across all the different use cases that they are applying in their organization. And last but definitely not least, having a blueprint allows you to have a clear roadmap in how you are implementing AI to make sure that your AI projects are always aligning with your business objectives. And so every investment that you do in AI, it has a strategic focus, and that's what the SaaS AI Blueprint is delivering, right? A framework where you take into account people, process, and technology. We are offering assessments to our customers to map the current AI capabilities, find areas of improvement, and find out how the SaaS AI Blueprint can help them in implementing AI safely, not just for now, but for the future. Because now we have LLMs. We don't know what's going to happen in 5 years, right? What are you going to do? Throw everything out and start from scratch? No. A framework, an AI blueprint, it's something that from the beginning allows you to account all those components.
End-to-end solution, we can we can call
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I would not think of it not as a product. It's a methodology that combines solution, software, analysis, and expertise. So also accounts for things like industry knowledge, regulations, trustworthy AI components, right? Like all the different aspects that are involved in the AI for the enterprise.
Nice, because this is a differentiational aspect from your company nowadays. Last but not least,
Okay,
today
ready.
you ask all the women in this space to raise their hand,
Yes.
just to see how many women there are here
Yes.
working on AI technology, and there were not as much as we expected. Let's talk about this gender topic in technology. What can we how can we build ecosystems that are more equal and that have more like policy focused?
Yes. So I always ask this question when I'm speaking about AI on stages because researchers are already showing that women are falling behind in using generative AI. Women are using generative AI less than men, and especially the gap is even broader when we look at younger generations, so Gen Zs or Gen Alpha or the older generation, so 45 and over, right? And so there is that gap, and so of women using generative AI less than men. And the interesting thing that researchers are showing is that what is the reason why women are not using it is because they don't feel confident. It's a lack of confidence and a lack of training. So women think that AI is generative AI. It's something that it's just for too complicated. It's just for nerds, or it's something they don't belong to, or it's something that is not going to really help them. Well, the truth is that AI doesn't belong to men. AI belongs to those who use it. And AI is shaping who will have the power to lead in the next decade. And so as women, if we don't step up now in actively engaging and starting to use AI, we're going to be left outside in the most significant technological shift in our time. We already lost the financial wave because we did. We cannot lose the generative AI wave. And especially now with generative AI tools, it's even easier. You don't have to have a tech degree anymore to be able to use AI. So this needs to be an additional reason for women to step up, not be scared, and have the confidence of using it. If you haven't, just open any LLM tool and start interacting with it. Give it a try, right? Ask your friends how they're doing it. Companies play a big role into this because as organizations, we can and we should demystify AI, and we should involve more women. And this is not a diversity issue only. This is a business issue. Because companies who fail to actively involve women, they're going to lack in innovation. Women bring empathy, women bring innovation, women bring thinking out of the box. And so you are risking to miss that innovation aspect as you are thinking about AI use cases, and you also have the risk to include bias in your models in the way that you are training your algorithms, because they have a higher percentage of data from men, and that impacts us in so many ways in our daily life. And so it's really important that we continue to raise awareness around pushing and inviting more women to step up in the innovation, in the AI innovation game, and also we owe it to the future generations. I always say that it's interesting that if you think about it, Generation Alpha, which are the people who were born after 2010, they're entering the workforce in 6 years.
Yes.
They're becoming the next workforce generation. And so these children, adolescents, they are born in an AI first world, right? They use AI since the day they were born almost. And if they look around and they only see men, what do you think is going to happen? The cycle is going to repeat. And so we need to demystify AI, and we need especially to show young girls and women to see AI not as an obstacle, but as an opportunity right now. This is really, really important. And I think that men play a big role into this, because this is not a battle that we as women can fight by ourselves. So thank you for the opportunity to raise this type of questions and talk about these topics in channels, in your channels.
We have to deconstruct our gender, too much. Yeah. Marinela, thank you for being here in Bogota, Colombia, in
Gracias,
Sea Level
Sebastian.
Magazine. We hope that you enjoy dancing,
I do.
yuca,
Yes.
and refajo. Yeah.
Refajo, mi favorito. Sí, sí, sí.